Oh my goodness, it's your story. Not me about to fall out the chair. It is your story, okay? It is your story that's the influencer. I was having this moment where I was reading my journal and I had got to this point in my journal. This was like a couple months ago where I was like, I don't want to be an influencer. And I'm like in the sense that I was focusing on promoting things, you know? If you're watching this, you're probably also somebody who is realizing that they want to do more. They want to say more. You want to say more, but you don't know what to say. You don't know what to talk about. And I just got this overwhelmingly positive energy when I was like, it's your story. Your story is what is going to be the influencer. You don't have to think about the mainstream definition of influencer, where you go to the brand trips and you promote the products and you do the get ready with me routines and stuff like that. You can do that, but your story is what is going to attract your people to you. Your story is what's going to bring in that community that you don't even know is out there for you. And I was just like, when I was reading this page, I was like, somebody needs to hear this. Somebody else needs to hear this. It is you. It is your story. It is what you have gone through. It is what you have awakened from. It is what you have like just made of yourself that you need to talk about. Oh my gosh, whoever you are right now, whoever I'm talking to right now, it's like you have this connection to it's like, I don't even know what to say. It's like this overwhelming connection with yourself, with your younger self, like your inner child, but also with this version of you that wants to be heard like super bad. And you're probably like thinking like, oh my gosh, who is going to want to listen to this? Who is going to want to hear me yap about my story like this? And let me tell you, there are people that need it. Because I was even thinking about how like I was in this position of being hesitant about sharing things in my life. And in my journal, I was like, this was back in like June or July or something like that. But I was talking about how I wasn't saying anything because I was putting all of this overwhelmingly, that word is just like tricking me up today. But I was putting so much pressure on myself to say something just profound. And so I wasn't saying anything, anything with substance for months, because I put this pressure on myself, this pressure. And right now, your team, your spirit guides, God, whoever you work with spiritually, are telling you to release the pressure you put on yourself and allow your story to just be put out there. The moment you let go of the pressure that you've put on yourself, that society has put on your younger child, I was going to say put it on you, but it's something about like the pressure that you experienced when you were younger that made you feel like if you didn't show up with something super profound to say or something like super life-changing, then you're not able to sit at the table. And it's also giving me the vibes of like, oh my gosh, hold on, I'm getting so excited. It's also giving me the vibes of like, when you're younger, and I don't know if this resonates for you, but like if it does, awesome. But you're younger and you hear like stay in a child's place, or you also hear like go sit at the child's table. And so you weren't allowing yourself to sit at these tables that are now calling for you at this time, because you have this, it's almost like imposter syndrome, but it's also like you have this fear that you're going to sit at this table and people are going to call you out and tell you that you're not meant to be there because, I don't know, you don't have as much experience. I don't know what it is, but it's something about the tables that you're being called to right now that needs to hear your story. Or there's an audience sitting at those tables that are like saving a seat specifically for you to speak your truth, and that it is very needed. Ooh, hold on. This is so amazing. And also, I was like called to put on my purple lights. I usually don't film these little things, these little videos or whatever, at nighttime. But I was reading my journal and I was like, okay, I want to put the purple light on because this is a word that needs to be said. So purple could be very significant to you. And when you also think of the color purple, you think of like the crown, is it the crown chakra, you know, the intuition and stuff like that. But whoever you are, I need you, listen, enough with the 2025 is my year of putting myself online, and you don't do it. You need to really do it. You need to really do it. And I kept looking up there because I thought it was like this huge spider crawling like crawling like towards the corner. And it's something about that that's like saying, get out of your corner. Get out of your corner and just allow yourself to express all the things that make you who you are. Because there's a whole audience that is waiting to hear your story, your voice, your perspective. And it needs to be a light needs to be shined on that. You need to shine a light on yourself in this moment. Oh my goodness. Like, allow your growth to exist outside of you. And when I say that, I want you to understand that there's people that already see your growth, okay? That already sees it. But you also need to like let the story of your growth exist outside of you. Like, allow yourself to put your process out there, the method to your madness out there. Because there are people that not only wants to learn from you, that you haven't even been connected with yet, but also people that just want to know, like, how did you do it? How did you do it? You are an inspiration to people, and you might not even know their names. Like, y'all probably not have ever met before. But there is a word, there is a story that is being like, that's like just needs to be said. I don't know, I'm getting like so tongue-tied and stuff like this. And maybe you're also like, when you're in this mode of like wanting to share your story, it's like your inner child is just like, oh, we're about to do it. We're going to say it. We're going to share it. And then like this fear, you know, this, it's like this pressure that your adult self put on yourself to try to be perfect, or try to make sure you're sounding smart or whatever. Just talk. Just share it. And I know I started this video talking about like influencers and stuff like this, and I want you to know that like your story is like one of those things that kind of speaks for itself. Like, of course, you're going to have to speak your story out and share your story out. But once it's out there, that is what's going to be the influencer. That is what's going to like attract this huge community into your life. That is what's going to bring in those brand deals. Okay. But your story is the influencer. That is what people are going to be influenced by the most. Whew. And it's going to be such a breath of fresh air when you get into the mode of this self-expression. It's going to be such a relief. Like, your body is storing these stories. Your body is storing these stories, and it's just calling for you to just express that, for you to just share that. It's really time for you to shine and have a space for your community to go to hear you. To hear your story, hear your words.